Continuing our discussion now on the movie industry and the movie in particular, The Vigilante. Joining
Vigilante
us,
Crossing.
Vigilante Crossing. Those are the people who. Okay, well, we're going to find out some more about it now. Let's say good morning to Adrian Green and David Gill, two actors in the movie, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Great.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, the last time I saw Adrian, he was talking about it small, it real small. Wasn't apparent in the beginning what the it was, but it was soon revealed. We know how Adrian can turn a phrase, right? He's known for it. So how does that translate then when you have to take on a character?
It's a very different role. You know, they're both performance roles, but when I'm on stage as a poet, I'm performing as Adrian Green. Now I have to step outside of myself and get into the head and the body and the psyche of another personality whose views may differ from mine, whose world differs from mine, and it was a real challenge.
What's the role that you play in this movie?
Without letting too much out of the bag, I play the bad guy, which is a role I'm used to.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that that's the role that you're used to?
Well, I mean, come on, Belle.
There might be someone watching.
Were you comfortable doing it?
It is a new role.
No, it's not. You just said it isn't.
Acting is a new role.
Yeah.
Right.
Acting is a new role. So you mean if I was comfortable being the bad guy?
No, just comfortable in the role.
Yes, I got comfortable in the role because the atmosphere that we worked on, there was a very familial atmosphere, so it was easy to be comfortable. Very easy.
Right. And David Gill, also an actor in this movie. When I saw you, I said, I don't know David Gill. I've never met you before. You know, not that I know everybody in Barbados.
True.
But tell us a little bit about you, and then tell us a little about your connection to the movie.
Well, I have acted in windward cricket plays over the years. So limited acting on stage. I'm not really an actor as such,
Right.
and I don't consider myself an actor. But so this is a new thing for me. But I have to say that acting on film is way surpasses. I much prefer that to acting on stage. You don't have to worry about projecting to the person in the back of the room.
You project in the camera.
Just like you're sitting and having a conversation here. You so it's about trying to be natural. You know?
Yeah. And what's the character that you play in the movie?
I am playing the father of one of the main characters. Melissa Alana plays Amy, and I am her dad in the film.
Yeah. How did this affect either of you, considering that race relations factors so heavily in this film? What impact did this have on you?
Well, to be honest with you, when Marcia first, contacted me about if I'd be interested in being in, and you hear the topic race, you think right away, well, that's a very sensitive topic, So then, how is it going to project? How is it going to end up that is it going to project white people as the bad people or black people? Is it? But knowing Marcia, and I just had full trust in her objective, and as I read the script, I was sold to the.
Yeah. What about you, Adrian, in terms of the race relations and what impact it had on you?
Well, it's something that I deal with often in my work, and I think film is a very strong avenue to deal with the issue because you can deal with multiple perspectives. And I think that's what Marcia has tried to accomplish. Marcia Weeks, the producer, writer, director of the film, to look at the issue from different perspectives and come to some kind of resolution. And I was eager to be a part of that. I hope it opens up the dialogue because one film, one poem, one piece of art can't say everything. So I'm hoping that the film opens up the dialogue in Barbados because race is something that we are still very afraid to touch.
All right, well, listen, let's take a look now at the trailer to the movie and see if this doesn't grip you. Vigilante Crossing.
This is a beautiful community. But over the last 6 months, crime has reared its ugly head in our community. I mean, it's too dangerous. We can't trust them.
Miss Amy, this show my arm, Miss Amy. Oh, look, Miss Amy there. They will see your
Dexter, isn't he the ex-con?
Yes, but hey, look, he said he changed.
Don't trust me.
Someone's watching us.
as all of you know, or most of you probably know, our property was robbed.
Here's another ambulance.
Lord, protect my children. Dexter, we need money. What are you doing?
Wait on time! Get out! Get out!
Apart from a few of you and Faith who lives in Baker's Village, no one else is willing to help in an after-school program for extra credits in this course?
I'm thinking of staying in Baker's Village for a week.
Serious?
Yeah.
Whatever plantation it is that you crawl off of, if I was you, I would go back on it here. I want you back on here. You don't need to be bringing.
I work for them. And in all that time, they never once asked me to give my opinion about nothing in the house. So how the hell she get to come in here and give speech?
Brought a black bastard in here for, huh? It's between we. Boy, this no road, Tenny. Put down the gun. Let her go. Took him man, Roach. Shoot him man. You lose, Dexter. You lose.
Gripping stuff indeed. Gentlemen, what's the biggest takeaway for each of you from this movie?
I guess for me, it is about the power of film to deal with issues, and the magic of movie making. My first time on a film set. I'm accustomed to being the chief cook and butter washer of my yard, and now there's so many moving parts and so many other people involved. It's a beautiful thing.
What's interesting for me is always observing and feeling how other people are responding. You could hear a pin drop in the studio just now when we were all looking at that. And I'm sure everybody was plugged in for different reasons because of your own personal experience and your emotions, whether it was with race or with violence. You know, and so that usually tells me the filmmaker is achieving at least the initial part of the goal with that trailer in terms of hooking us in. David, what are you hoping Barbadians will walk away with after they see this film?
That's a good question, because the main reason I chose to accept this role is because I believe the intent is a good one. It's a positive intent. And even as I may have been even uncomfortable with some of the situations I was placed in the movie, and maybe things I had to say.
That's not really you.
Yeah. You know, so people might see me on the road and say,
leg you down.
But the objective is what I am in full support of, and that is one of unity and dialogue, and I think it certainly should achieve.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like when you do have that little bit of discomfort, that it's something, and actually Adrian said this earlier, we don't have enough dialogue in Barbados about these particular things. It's easy for us to look at what's happening in the United States because it's happening over there and it's not happening here in Barbados because we're harmonious. And Doug even said earlier too, because we found a level of comfort on the island. In any way, deep in the recesses of your emotions, does this make you question, and I'm asking you both this, your attitude or your suppressed feelings about the other race on the island?
Who you want to go first?
Well, I don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I would say that I think if I'm honest with myself, I clearly do not consider I'm not a racist. But I think I would be lying if we were to say we don't sometimes have a prejudgment based on experiences. So I may say, well, I may see a person with locks and automatically associate things because of other people or that you've met, and it's a wrong thing to do, really. But at the same time, whereas the wrong thing to do, it is in my opinion, is an understandable starting point, because you base your perceptions on past experiences. But we have to teach and go past past experiences. So when we have when we have an experience here with one person, that you don't translate it onto the next, and even if that. What can happen is you might have several experiences. Every situation is different. Every person is different.
Yeah. What about you, Adrian?
Yeah, I think David covered it very well. in the earlier statement about the intent of the movie, the conscious intent, which is very important. Because even though you may not consciously be racist, there's something in psychology called an implicit bias, which is attitudes and values and beliefs that we have that we may not even be aware that we have. And those are expressed in our day-to-day actions, and we are not aware of it. So the problem with not having a dialogue and not having open discussion and not being free to speak is that then you internalize a lot of attitudes, and they come out in various ways, and that's where the real danger lies. So for me, the big issue with racism in Barbados is not so much somebody don't like somebody because they're white or somebody don't like somebody because they're black, but how has the history been internalized, repressed, and then how does it seep out in our behavior and our attitudes and our culture in ways that we don't even recognize. So without the arts like this and movies like this, we can't address it.
Very well said indeed, gentlemen. I hope that Vigilante Crossing turns out to be a successful venture, not just for Marcia Weeks as a producer, but for you gentlemen in cascading that message of hope. And for all of you actors, maybe it could be a start of something new and good for you.